Hello students, good morning. So as you know, in the last class we have completed the electromagnetic waves chapter. Okay, so in last few classes we have studied about this electromagnetic waves in detail. Means basically what electromagnetic waves are. See here, in the waves where we are having both electric field and magnetic field, isn't it? And I told you in the last class only that electromagnetic waves, in that what means, how we can define electromagnetic waves means the waves in which magnetic field, means here in the diagram the blue line, the blue region shows magnetic field and the red region shows electric field. So in this electromagnetic waves we are having both magnetic field and electric field, and they are perpendicular to each other. See here, the electric field is like this to this, at 90 degree magnetic field is there. Means what means, they are both perpendicular to each other, mutually perpendicular to each other, and combinedly this wave, means the whole wave which is having both magnetic and electric field, that whole wave is perpendicular to what? The direction of propagation. Understood? Means what we can say about this electromagnetic waves is, means the electric field and magnetic field are what? They are fluctuating, or they are mutually perpendicular to each other, and also they are perpendicular to the direction of the propagation. Understood? This is nothing but electromagnetic waves. And as you know, if it is a wave means there are crests also, there are troughs also. Crest also, troughs also. Distance between two consecutive crests or distance between two consecutive troughs is called as what? Wavelength. Understood? Okay, so this is about what? Electromagnetic waves. So let's revise some important things about this electromagnetic waves. Okay, see here, electromagnetic waves, this thing is not there in the syllabus, don't need to worry. Waves, the waves which do not require a material medium for their propagation are called what? Electromagnetic waves. Means, as I told you, in the electromagnetic waves, for the propagation of electromagnetic waves, means if electromagnetic waves are traveling or transferring from one place to another place, there is not such a condition that we compulsory should have a medium there. No, without medium also electromagnetic waves can travel. Understood? Means they are what? Non-mechanical waves. Means they do not require a material medium. They can travel in the air also, or they can travel in the vacuum also. Okay, and so in the previous classes we have discussed how the electromagnetic waves are proved. Means how we can say that there are the electromagnetic waves present in the nature. That first theoretical prediction was given by James Clerk Maxwell in the year 1865. He told that there exist electromagnetic waves in our nature. So only by saying or only by the theoretical prediction we cannot prove the existence of electromagnetic waves. So the experiment was needed. So the experimental proof is given by Heinrich Rudolf Hertz. Okay, so that experiment only we call it as a Hertz experiment for electromagnetic waves. Yes, we have studied that in detail in the last class. Okay, now let's see some characteristics and properties of electromagnetic waves. Electromagnetic waves are transverse in nature. Transverse means what? Means if any wave is there traveling like this, okay, and in that wave small particles also there. Means for example, you can consider the example of sonometer. In the sonometer, what happens over there? On the string, stretched string which is tied on that wooden bar, okay, that string is vibrating like this, means horizontally. That string is vibrating horizontally, but the propagation of wave is means vertically. The particles are vibrating vertically, but the wave is traveling in the horizontal direction. Yes or no? Means the particle, vibration of the particle is perpendicular to the direction of the propagation. Understood? Such waves are called as what? Transverse waves. Means the particle, the vibration of particle is perpendicular to the direction of propagation of the waves. Such waves are called as what? Transverse waves. But suppose if the particles are vibrating in a direction along with the direction of the waves, means particles also vibrating in the same direction and the wave is also propagating in the same direction, such waves are called as what? Longitudinal waves. But here in the electromagnetic waves, what happens? The particles are vibrating perpendicular to the direction of propagation of waves. Hence we can say electromagnetic waves are transverse in nature. Okay, next, in an electromagnetic wave, electric and magnetic fields are perpendicular to each other. Yes, obviously we know this. Both the fields are mutually perpendicular to each other. Okay, next, electromagnetic wave propagation does not require any material medium. It is a non-mechanical wave. Electromagnetic waves have constant velocity and in vacuum, and it is nearly equal to 3 × 10⁸ meter per second. Means, as we told, it does not require any material medium, means it travels in what? Vacuum. So when this electromagnetic wave is traveling in a vacuum, its velocity will be constant throughout the propagation, and that velocity is nearly equal to speed of light, 3 × 10⁸ meter per second. Okay, next, accelerated charges produces electromagnetic waves. Yes, in the Hertz experiment we have proved this only. The accelerated charges, the moving charges, will produce the electromagnetic waves. Okay, next, means here we are having some waves. Let's discuss about this later on. So as you know, in the electromagnetic
scientists of the
waves,
time were trying to prove experimentally the existence of these waves.
Like this we can
In 1887,
the
Heinrich
electromagnetic
Hertz,
waves.
a German
Okay,
physicist,
the experimental setup, the experimental proof for the electromagnetic waves is given by Heinrich Rudolf Hertz. Okay, so he
designed a series of brilliant experiments to demonstrate Maxwell's hypothesis.
prediction given
Heinrich's
by
equipment
James
was simple:
Clerk Maxwell.
a spark generator coupled
how the
to an
experimental setup is there for the Hertz experiment. Here we are having two metallic plates. Again, means thick polished metallic plates. They may be of zinc, that may be of copper. Okay, so to that we have connected some spheres, some metallic spheres we have connected. Means they are also well polished metallic spheres. Okay, next what we have done, these two plates are separated by a distance of something 60 centimeter, or you can say 0.6 meter. Okay, means, and they are connected to well polished two spheres. Means in the diagram when we studied this, we consider this as A and B. Between those two spheres we have connected a induction coil of high potential difference of several thousands. several thousand volts. Means between these two spheres we have connected a induction coil of several thousand potential, several thousand volt potential. Okay, and what is the now means this is what experimental setup means. All these things we have
and a metallic ring set at some distance apart.
Here we are using a coil. Here we are using what? A detector, or you can say a coil. Means whenever here in this air gap, means between A and B we are having some air gap. See here, okay, in this air gap electromagnetic waves are generated. So how that electromagnetic waves are generated, or how means what is the nature of that electromagnetic waves, that we have to detect na. For that we are using a metallic ring. Means this is a metallic ring. This is having something diameter of 0.7 meter, and it is having two small spheres. Let's call them as C and D, and they are also separated by some small gap. Okay, means, and now this ring, this metallic ring, whatever is there, that is arranged so that means here it is arranged here. See,
supposed that the electromagnetic waves generated at the antenna will travel through space, and here, if Maxwell's theory was correct, they will
see here, as I told you, in the gap whenever there is a spark produces. Means when spark produces and how spark produces, means what exactly the process happens over here is, means the air gap is there between these two spheres A and B, and we are supplying a maximum voltage by this induction coil. Okay, because of that maximum voltage in this air gap, a spark is produced. And it causes the higher frequency oscillations of charges on the plates. Means these two charges are of metallic plates. So here the higher frequency charges starts oscillating. This results into what? High frequency electric field in the, means you consider this red one as the electric field. High frequency electric field in the vertical direction, and a magnetic field in the horizontal direction. Means what happens exactly over here? Whatever this induction coil we are using na, by that high maximum, means several thousand volts of potential we are having, that is passed between these two spheres A and B. So the air between A and B gets ionized. That's why what happens over there? High frequency oscillations taking place. Means whatever the ionization takes place, and then the charges starts oscillating with the high frequency. From where that charges came, means metallic plates are there na, from that charges came. So that charges starts oscillating at this place with a high frequency. So because of that a spark is produced. Okay, then there is a produce of high frequency electric field in the vertical direction and high frequency magnetic field in the horizontal direction. Understood? This is how in the Hertz experiment electromagnetic waves are produced. Understood? So now the wavelength, means whatever the waves, electromagnetic waves are producing over here from this spark, they are having the wavelength nearly about 6 meter. Means whatever the charges are producing over here, they are producing, or they are propagating with a wavelength of 6 meter, and further they are detected by this detector. This metallic ring we are used na, that is what a detector, that detects the
induce a current in the ring
waves,
and a spark will appear in the ring gap.
The Hertz
in this video
experiment.
we make a simplified version of this famous experiment.
So
this project requires a high voltage pulse in order to work, and we will obtain
so
that
see,
pulse.
means they have done some experiment. Okay, so here I have got some more information about the Hertz experiment. What is that means? As I told you, the existence of electromagnetic waves was confirmed experimentally by Hertz in 1888. That we have discussed already, and we know that it very well.
This experiment is
Next,
based on the
what
fact
that experiment is
an
based on.
oscillating
That
electric
experiment
charge
is based on the fact that the oscillating electric charges radiates the electromagnetic waves. In the previous experiment only you saw that between the two spheres A and B, what happening there? There is production of some spark. Why the spark is produced over there? We have applied a maximum potential difference of several thousand volts between the balls A and B, metallic spheres A and B. So there we are getting a spark, and because of that spark the charges starts oscillating with a high frequency. So that the experiment is based on that fact only. What fact? That an oscillating electric charge radiates electromagnetic waves. True. We have experimentally seen that. How means? Okay. Next, the energy of these waves is due to the kinetic energy of the oscillating charges. Yes, obviously, in the between A and B, we are having the oscillating charges. Means the charges are oscillating with a high frequency, isn't it? So they are oscillating means what? They are moving, isn't it? And the moving charges will possess what? Kinetic energy. So to the electromagnetic waves, the energy is given by this kinetic energy of the charges only. Okay.
Charge.
So
the experimental arrangement is
see here one more
in the animation.
Experimental proof. I am having
it consists
two plates,
of two metal
A and
plates.
B, two metal
A
plates
and B
we are having
placed at
that
a
may be
distance
of
of
zinc or
60
that may be of
centimeters
copper,
from each
and
other.
they are separated by 60
The metal
centimeter, or
plates
you can
are
say
connected
0.6
to
meter,
two
and they are between them we are supplying two polished metallic spheres,
metal spheres
and
S1 and S2
next
by means of
they are calling
thick
it as
copper
S1
wires.
and S2. Okay, no problem.
Using an induction coil, a high potential difference
between
is
S1
applied
and
across
S2,
the
what we
small
have to do
gap
now?
between the
We have
spheres.
seen already. Between S1
Due
and
to
S2
high
there is
potential
a
difference
air
across
gap.
S1 and S2.
Okay, between the
air
there
in the
is a
small
air gap,
between
and
the
there
spheres
only charges
gets ionized and provides a path
the
for
molecules of
the
airs
discharge
are
of
there.
the plates.
Charges will come later on, but now there
A
are
spark is
molecules
produced
of
between
air are there. So now when you apply a maximum potential difference, in that air gap charges are oscillating. So because of that charges, spark is produced and electromagnetic waves are produced, and these electromagnetic waves are detected by the detector. Means if you see this, you can
use
remember the experiment easily. So Hertz experiment told that whatever the electromagnetic waves were produced there, they are having a frequency about 5 into 10 raised to 7 Hertz. The electromagnetic waves had a frequency of 5 into 10 raised to 7 Hertz. Okay.
Here the plates A and B act as a capacitor having small capacitance value C,
charge,
and the connecting wires provide low
then
inductance
electromagnetic
L.
waves are generating, then it
The
is
high frequency
detected.
oscillation of charges
Okay.
between the plates is given.
So see here, I am having a diagram of electromagnetic spectrum. in the electromagnetic spectrum we are having the radio waves, infrared, ultraviolet, gamma rays, visible, X-rays, microwaves, and here I am showing you the range in which they are existing and their frequencies. I told you this in the last class only. Okay. So this radio waves, how the means, let's discuss about those waves briefly about every wave. Means it starts from the higher wavelength. Higher wavelength is what? Radio waves. Radio waves are having the higher wavelength and less frequency. Okay, so correct na? Higher wavelength. Yes, correct. So these radio waves are produced or they are generated by the rapid acceleration and retardation of electrons in the aerials. Means, as you know, the radio waves are what? On air. They are on air. So when electrons are accelerating or retarding in air, the radio waves are produced. Where radio waves are used? Means in the last class in detail I told you about the uses of radio waves. Telecommunication it is used, and it is having a wavelength more than 0.1 meter. Means this is the highest wavelength of the electromagnetic wave. Radio is having the highest wavelength. Okay, next. So next comes microwaves. Microwaves are produced by what? Special vacuum tubes. They are produced by vacuum tubes or also by oscillating electrons in a vacuum tube. Okay, so where we are using microwaves in general, microwave ovens are there, radar systems are there, or also microwaves are used in the atomic and molecular research also, and also they are used in the frequency, means they are used in the cooking or warming the food. That is only what? Microwave oven. And sometimes they are used in the phones also, means cellular phones will be there na, there microwaves are used, and they are used in the weather radar also, and they are having the wavelength of 1 mm to 0.1 meter, means 1 millimeter to 0.1 meter. Next comes infrared rays. How infrared rays are produced? Means excitation of atoms and molecules from the hot bodies. Means excitation of atoms and molecules from the hot bodies can produce the infrared rays. Sometimes these infrared rays are also called as heat waves. Means they are very high, that's why they are called as heat waves also. Where they are used? Remote switches, remote controls, yes, IR rays, photographs, weather forecasting, or also they are used in the earth satellites, means detectors. As the detectors, they are used in the earth satellites also. And also we use infrared lamps to treat muscular strains. To treat muscular strains, infrared lamps are used. And also they used in revealing the secret writings on the ancient walls. Means whatever secret writings will be there, means they are not easily visible on the ancient walls or ancient mosques or ancient or any old buildings. If invisible things are written, they can also be detected by the infrared rays. And they are used by the earth satellite to observe the growth of crops, how the crops are growing on the land, that is also detected. Wavelength of infrared rays is 750 nanometer to 1 millimeter. Moving on, next comes is visible light. Visible light means visible light is nothing but what? The thing which is visible to the human eye. Means it is emitted when an electron jumps from higher energy level to the lower energy level. Means whenever the light falls on any object, we can see that, means easily visible to our eyes, means the sensitive part is our eyes, means that can detect only visible light. All the lights are not visible for us without to the naked eye, but only visible light is visible for us. That's why that is called visible light. And where this visible light is using, this is commonly using to see the objects, means to create the sensation of vision to the human eyes, to see this world around us. We use visible light only. Or also we can use this in the photography, microscopy, astronomy. Or also the light, it gives the energy also to the human eyes. Okay, so this is having a wavelength of 400 nanometer to 750 nanometer. Next comes is UV rays. UV rays, they are produced, the source of UV rays is sun only. Sun is the main source of UV rays, or also it is produced by the welding arc also. How the UV rays are used? The LASIK surgery, or to kill the germs and to detect the fingerprints. Yes, means sterilizing any surgical instruments, whatever germs, bacteria will be there, that is killed by the UV rays only. LASIK surgery means it is a eye surgery. It is an eye surgery. There also it is used, means laser assisted in situ keratoconus. It is LASIK surgery. And they are also used to verify, to detect the invisible writings or fingerprints or any forged documents, or to study the structure of the molecules also we will use the UV rays. And they are having a wavelength of 1 nanometer to 400 nanometer. Okay, the next thing is X-rays. X-rays are discovered by William Röntgen in 1894. Okay, means you know common fact, X-rays are passed by the skin, passed by the flesh, but they are stopped by what? Bones. Hence they are maximally used in diagnosing any kind of fractures or any kind of displacements in the bones. They use X-rays more frequently. They are used in the medical diagnosis, like any fracture or anything, or if any foreign material like any coin or bullet is inside the body, that can also be diagnosed. Treatment for certain type of cancer, chemotherapy, there also X-rays are used. They are used in the radiotherapy also, and they are used in the engineering also, like locating the faults or cracks in the metallic materials. And X-rays are also used by the detective agencies to detect what? Gold, silver, diamonds, or any other goods, etc. Okay, and these X-rays are having a wavelength of 0.001 nanometer to 10 nanometer. See, from radio waves, when we are coming down, the wavelength is decreasing gradually. At the last, gamma rays is having a very small wavelength, means smaller than 0.001 nanometer. These gamma rays are produced when electron jumps from higher orbit to the lower orbit, means, or also they are produced from the radioactive nucleus. Where gamma rays are used? Yes, obviously in the medicine to destroy the cancer cells. In the chemotherapy, gamma rays also used, and they are used to examine the thick materials, means how the structure of thick materials is there, or sometime in the refrigerator or food preservation also gamma rays are used, and they are also used to get some valuable information about the structure of the atomic materials. Okay, and this is having a least frequency, least wavelength. Okay, so this is all about what? A brief revision. You can say the revision of the electromagnetic waves. Okay, if you have any doubts, you can ask me, or you note down these points also. By stopping the video, you can note down the points. Okay, so everything is theoretical here. Only important thing is some introduction about electromagnetic waves, their definition, their some characteristics, and next we came to the Hertz experiment, how they are generated, how the electromagnetic waves are generated. Next we come to the electromagnetic spectrum, means what is the range of each wave, what is the use of each wave, and how they are produced. This much if you remember, that is well and enough for this electromagnetic waves chapter. Okay, thank you.